Okay, we are live. Hey.
Let me adjust this
Okay.
if I can. I think I
So
can.
you've got your groovy drafting machine, which you bought based on John
Nope.
Burns'
Nope.
example.
It was given to me.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But
given to you.
yeah, I didn't buy it. At my work years ago, back in the '90s, when we were still doing stuff by hand, we bought a company out that I don't know what we got from them. Like I think it was like a machine shop or something, and they had a drafting department, and they had tables and a couple things. And there was stuff that the company was like, we don't want this. And my boss was like, do you want this? If you don't want it, we're going to throw it out. And so I said yes.
It would be an awful thing to have thrown out, isn't it? I mean, a big, nice machine that just because nobody has such a thing they use anymore.
Yeah, I mean it's that's why I need to do a YouTube video on it, my drafting machine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Any little arcane little corner of your life that is unique to you could be a YouTube video, and I know that too. And I'm not. I was. What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, the creation of your own Blogspot content. Back in the days of Blogspot,
Oh yeah,
I could go into all the blogs I've created.
yeah.
It'd be very interesting. Obviously, it was interesting enough to me to create them. I think I'll do that. I think I'll just
I
call it the blog adventure of Ellis Goodson or something like that.
I miss doing blogs.
Yeah, they're simple.
They're
So
simple and and I get a lot of traffic to mine.
there was a way. I had a guy tell me that was the way he planned on getting rich back in the day when I was working at what was it called? Heavy.
Hertz? Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, farther back.
yeah. Well, anyway,
Heavy metal, heavy iron.
yeah, heavy iron, something like that. Yeah. And we did the Pixar licenses. They did,
Oh yeah.
and his name. But anyway, he was a guy that had figured out that blogs could be monetized. I forget how you did it, but
Yeah, I don't never know how a blog was monetized, but
somehow I don't know. I forget
I I
exactly what he
I,
was doing.
I believe him. I don't know how to do it, but I believe him.
Yeah, yeah. I got this from the library, plus a few movies I could mention, but I'll just stick with this. The new Ed Brubaker Sean Phillips book called The Knives. Frank,
I Are you going to talk about it, or are you just saying what you got? Because I
I
was going
just,
to tell you what I got.
I'm just saying what I got.
Okay, I checked out on the way home from work a book called I forget the name of it. It's a graphic novel about Orson Welles. Has
Huh?
the shadow in the title.
And it's about Orson Welles,
Yep.
and due to the fact he was the radio shadow, or at least he was the introduction.
No. He was the radio shadow for a while. He
Completely
was
did it.
this
He did the plays. He didn't just do the intro.
right. Yeah. No. No.
Huh?
In fact, he had one of the worst shadow laughs.
Okay.
So yeah, he was. Yeah, he didn't do the intro. I mean, he did the intro, but he did everything.
Okay.
You know.
He and the Mercury Players, or what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mercury Theater.
I don't know if they were involved in it or not, to be honest. But yeah, it was because Mercury Theater was his own thing, and they did a lot of plays. Most notably, War of the Worlds was a
Uh
Mercury
huh. Sure.
production. But Mercury also did plays. They did a all black adaptation of some Shakespeare play. I want to say Hamlet, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it'd be make sense to have it be off Othello, but I don't know if they did. They tried to make it make sense or not.
No. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't based on either character. It was kind of like Hamilton,
Okay.
but back in the day.
Hmm. That's interesting. Where did you
Yes.
read? Where did you read your Mercury Theater historical bits? Where did you come across that?
Um, So
if you remember.
I don't remember. I mean, I have a thick book about. I mean, I've always been interested in the Shadow or War of the Worlds,
Uh-huh.
so I kind of gravitated towards that. Glenn Beck talks about a lot because he calls his thing Mercury Broadcasting. He's a
Mm-hmm.
big Orson Welles fan, and for a while he was doing dramatic things either at Halloween or Christmas on the radio.
Huh. I
He
did
had
not
kind
know
of
that.
aspirations to do beyond political kind of stuff.
Yeah, he is one of those guys that thinks he's got a bigger reach than he's got. I mean, I guess his big media startup kind of, it had to be resized basically after based, you know, compared to its grand notions of what it was going to be.
Are you talking about the Blaze?
Yeah, yeah. Some of his media ambitions. Hey, look who's here. Dan Johnson probably wants to know all. I'm
Dan
sorry, I did
Johnson.
it wasn't looking up, Dan. Scott, what you drawing? I think Orson recruited some folks from the Shadow, like Agnes Moorehead was his Margot Lane.
Yeah, I think the Shadow was before Mercury, maybe.
Speaking of Orson, have you heard his frozen peas commercial? It's hilarious.
No.
I haven't heard it.
Leave it to Dan to come up with some kind of out of left field Japanese commercial.
Yeah, it probably is Japanese, isn't it? Let's see if he.
Probably not frozen peas. I don't know if the Japanese have a thing for frozen peas.
I think you may have called it. I think it probably is one of those hidden Japanese commercials. It's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know about frozen peas in Japan, but who knows? Maybe Dan will share with us.
Yeah.
What brand did he say it was?
He just said frozen peas. He says, no, 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 no. So it's not Japan. Okay. Yeah, those Arnold Schwarzenegger Japanese commercials, all of them pretty hilarious. They let their hair down when they don't think anybody else will ever see them.
Well, they thought that it was cash cow for them, man.
Yeah,
You blame them? I wouldn't blame them.
No. Pick up a check when you're an actor that wants to stay away from that sign in your glossies at a at a booth at a con.
No, that I would never do that.
Yeah, it's if the money's right, if you walk away 20K a weekend.
Nope, not doing it still.
Orson was hired to do a radio ad, and the director dared tell Orson how to emote. Oh yeah. He gets very vulgar and all that, or I think, or whatever. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about now. It's one of those outtake ones. It's like, what did I hear?
To answer Dan's question, I'm working on page 1 of the Black Cricket.
All right.
I have a thumbnail for the first 2 pages, so I'm going to town.
Excellent. You thumbnailed it. A lot of the hard thinking is done.
I'm losing you, Ellis.
Wah. Yeah, yay. 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 I thought it said wah. So you can't hear me, huh? I guess not.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Did you tell us that you got your action scenes? Did you see that, Scott? See that? I'll write a comment. I will ask Dan if he can hear me. Dan says he can hear us both. So I don't know, Scott. As usual, I will blame you. So Dan can hear me, Scott.
Yeah, so you can hear me.
Yeah, and Dan says he can hear us both.
Yeah, you got. Oh wow, Yeah, I can't hear Ellis at all. It doesn't help me. Hang on, I'm gonna sign out and check back in, Ellis.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Dan, it's just you and me. I'm drawing. I was telling, so feel free to do so. That's right. When he starts, because he's so usually so adamant about the fact I need to do something to correct it. It's like, what? Are you sure about it? I'm the guy that's having to connect all the crap up so we can even do it. I was telling Scott about the fact that you're at the action point, and that the theory is, you in story theory is that you. Here we go. Scott, how are you doing?
I'm good. I can hear you.
Okay. Looks like DC Space Ranger. Yeah, it does a little bit. I like the moment I've got a bad drawing going. I put a bubble-headed space helmet on it, and everything seems right at that point. I was seeing a Japanese movie I gave up on one time. I remember trying to watch it, called Warning from Space. And it was the trailer. And they showed all these scenes of all this stuff that was going to be happening. And I tell you what, I must have been 30 minutes into it, waiting for something to happen. And it seemed like this is the most boring thing I've ever seen. And I quit on it. And then I see this trailer, and it's got all this wacky stuff going on. It's like, well, I guess I have to find it again and watch it.
It's on Prime, I believe.
Oh, really? Okay.
It may be on Tubi, if not Prime.
I was about to tell Dan about arriving late in a story. Maybe you guys could start the story with this seventh action-packed issue. But yeah, Scott said this too, that you're putting down blocks as the foundation of the story.
Yeah, Ellis kind of has this idea we should pitch everything before issue 7 and start with it. I told him he's lost his damn mind.
Well, the point is that you've gotten to know the character now. I don't know if it was Hollywood, it would be business as usual if you just pitched the whole thing that you had been working on. Yeah,
if I was on the clock, maybe.
Yeah, or just in general, part of a committee doing a story. Yeah, you would pitch anything anybody worked hard on. Yep.
And everybody be happy because they all got paid.
That's right. Oh yeah.
How many games did you work on that never saw the light of day?
Oh my gosh! I think most of them. I think I was probably at 50% of games that didn't actually make it out.
Did it bother you a bit that they didn't get made, or were you like, I got paid?
You know what? I was more in the I got paid camp.
Yep.
The usual thing that happened when these games were in development and weren't they were being tested a little bit, but didn't have a really robust little system yet to even play with. It would people's reaction would, when is it going to get fun? That's all anybody cares about. When is this going to get fun?
That's what you just said about Warning from Space.
Yeah.
When's it gonna happen?
Yeah. I have learned from reading manga that you can jump into the action and then do lore as flashbacks. Sure you can. The original pilot story was starting at the beginning. And Black Cricket didn't show up until the very last few pages.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you can always be rewriting stuff forever. So you always got to start.
Every issue, I told Dan, put some action in it. Put some action in it. And there's been a little bit here and there, but not like this one. I think I wore Dan out asking for action. So, everything happens in this issue.
I was doing this like an American TV pilot, and things needed to be shaken up. That's what that story, the Brubaker story, is about. Actually, is a comic book artist, or at least part of the story is. I'm only halfway through it. He goes to Hollywood and gets the whole treatment of being treated like he's royalty, as the guy that's in charge of the IP, or at least I used to own the IP, but they're buying it from him and now treating him like he has to be on set, like it's
Oh yeah.
like he's really something special because he did it as a comic book, and of course that wears off.
Yeah, they wish they got that kind of treatment.
Yeah, the old I can get the Barton Fink feeling from anybody out here. Even though he's got Barton Fink right in front of him, doesn't value him as much anymore.
Hang on, I'm gonna go get that book I was telling you I checked out of the library.
Okay.
It's downstairs. I'll be right back.
All right.
I can hear you, so don't talk about me.
Okay. Dan, what do you want to tell me most about Scott?
Well, I can't hear Dan.
Okay, we're still world building, but we had to build a world to put at risk before we could have stakes. Yeah, you have to have stakes. You have to have it's like if you I don't get the idea in a lot of cases about superheroes. These guys don't they're fireproof, bulletproof, and all that. Have you seen the Hudsucker Proxy? Yes, I saw it comparatively recently, probably within the past 6 months, and it holds up. It's got the it's got it's got a little bit of Sam Raimi to it, of course. It's still a Coen Brothers, or is it a Sam Raimi movie? No, it's a Coen Brothers
It's Coen
movie.
Brothers.
Yeah. But it's got, I guess it's got a Sam Raimi script or something like that. Anyway, it's collaborative.
Okay. Here's the 2 books I got at the library on the way home.
Let's have a look.
This is one, The Giant, Orson Welles, The Artist in the Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
Heavily
Heavily illustrated. Look, that's fine.
No, it's a graphic novel.
Oh, wow, sweet.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, but it looked interesting. Oh, and he's
Look at
driving
that.
for Marrow.
Sweet. Look at that art. I like that art.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know what a Yusuf Dawdi is, but foreign. I would assume not an American, but he might be.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got this. This is the second JSA. I've got the first one. I haven't read it, but they caught me with the subtitle. Justice Society of America, the Plunderer, the Psycho Pirate.
Oh yeah.
Sounded kind of cool. Anyway, I'm reading a
Well, it looks very old school. Is it from what
it's
era
from the
is that?
It's from the
okay.
it's Golden Age. Justice
Okay,
Society.
good. Yeah, I was going to say the art looked nice and formal, and the kind of stuff that R. Crumb might have maybe looked at for 2 seconds.
Nope,
he hated that stuff.
He hated superheroes.
Yeah.
He said that. Hated superheroes.
I'm on like disc 8 of that, so I'm fairly well along on it. It's a great little story because that was my era. He was doing that stuff when I was buying it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Dan just bought those JSA books. A guy on eBay let them go for next to nothing.
Oh man, I wish I'd have found them. I'd have bid against you.
It was one of my finds at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday morning.
Oh man, yeah. I got the first one. I haven't read it, but like I said, I got suckered into the second one.
Yeah, that Golden Age stuff, I dig that.
Yeah, when I was a kid. Let's see. Let me see if it's over here. Oh, I had this book. I'll show this. I bet Dan had this.
I was interested in the Crumb thing that, they go fairly easy on Wortham comparatively. When you
oh yeah,
when they're talking his history, they're saying, hey, this guy is a psychiatrist, and he kind of knew his stuff.
yeah. Have you read this, Ellis? Are you familiar with this?
Oh,
Great comic book heroes, Jules Pfeiffer.
oh wow. Well, see, that's pertinent to Crumb, isn't it? He was the guy that Crumb was kind of like comparing himself to an extent.
Yeah, I guess they kind of ran up against each other in New
Hmm.
York.
And of
But
course, Pfeiffer knew about him. Yeah.
this is the so it starts off and it's got a story. It talks about the golden age and all this kind of stuff. In fact, it talks about how the comic creators they were all blown away by Citizen Kane, and how
Hmm.
they heard like Orson Welles got inspired by comics. And then in the back, this is the money. In the back, it's got reprints. Superman,
Oh, cool.
Batman, the Human Torch. Let's see. It's been a while since The Flash, Green Lantern, the Spectre.
Oh, the Spectre, bloodthirsty. He's a killer.
Hawkman.
I guess all of them back then were killers. It's like you got to have them killing the bad guys, back then.
Wonder Woman. This is the JSA right here, man.
Mhm.
Namor. Yeah, I got another book that talks about Captain America, Plastic Man. Oh, and then the Spirit. I think that's the last one. Yep.
Oh, the Spirit.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I got this when I was a kid, and I read the crap out of this book. I'm surprised it's in this good a shape.
Well, that one. I was looking at that.
Edition, 77, yeah.
Wow. That Tim book I was reading, and as I was showing it off last week, I could hear the spine cracking and portions of the book coming away from the gum binding.
Oh, yeah. What book was that again?
It was that big giant book of Bruce Timm's Batman.
Oh, yeah. The animated series.
Yeah,
book,
yeah.
Or the part of the animated series.
Yeah.
Sold it in college. Well, that was your mistake.
I gave a semi-girlfriend my big book of H.R. Geiger's Necronomicon. I have no idea what that book would sell for now on eBay. It was stupid. One of my great regrets in life. No, I wouldn't have the book now anyway.
I don't know. You'd have left it on the steps of the San Diego Library. More than likely. Didn't you leave a bunch of books in San Diego?
Oh, boy, I left all I gave. I gifted the library system with just a ton of great, probably valuable books. Back when my mom got in trouble with the IRS and all I had to sell to help was my comics collection. Yeah, I tell you what, hopefully the nature of that IRS is changing slightly, I hope. It's like, maybe they're being sent after some of the right people now. I don't know.
Well,
so we'll see how that works out.
I mean, selling your comics to help your mom is
that's pretty noble.
That's no, that's commendable. But and that's also, I think, expected. I mean, you should. I mean, I'd sell everything I own to help my mom.
Sure.
So Dave and I have talked about that, about what'll happen, because we both have way too many books. And he's like, and I'm like, I don't care. I said, if my wife wants to drag them in the yard and burn them, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, really, you got to have that perspective on it. It's like, when you're gone, you're gone.
Yep. I don't need them then. And he said, well, tell her let me look through them first. I said, well, I'll outlive you, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's true. Your mom I'm almost the opposite story. I left behind probably a fortune in comic books that were gone when I got back. So
some of my stuff did get pitched when I got married.
Yeah, sure.
None of my comic books, though. I still got all my comic books.
Got them in long boxes and stuff like that?
Yeah, they're kind of scattered around my office here. I've got, I don't know, about a dozen long boxes.
Yeah, my mom had early memories. She would tell me about things that had made impressions on her, and one of them was the old Flash Gordon serials and
Nice.
some comic books that had impressed her. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, had impressed her. You know.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, my uncles read comic books, and my grandma would buy me comic books, but my parents were pretty cool to comic books.
Yep, that's all we got of some of the people in our lives, memories. That's right.
I don't know if I did a video about this. I don't know if you saw this or not, Ellis.
Scott's art book from what year? Was that last year?
Yeah, it was last year. I did it in crayon last year, Ellis. No, it's from first or second grade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
look at that perspective. 1 point perspective. Look at that.
1 point perspective in like I think I was second grade when I did this. Yeah. So I did a video. I don't know about this tree drawing.
I better put a bubble space helmet on this guy.
No.
This has really gotten bad. Go ahead.
So
oh, look at that.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of cool. I don't remember.
That is kind of cool.
I do not remember doing that. And my wife said that doesn't look like something you do. I did this. This is a poster. I think there's a poster contest for fire safety.
Uh-huh.
And it says, don't charcoal or grill too close to things that could burn. And so that's what this guy's doing.
He's way away from his...
Way from the house. His wife is watching through the window, kind of in perspective. And there's a kid, I think, filling a lawnmower with gas. I don't know where the kid is, but the kid is not near the grill either.
Maybe he's got a fire extinguisher.
Maybe. So
that's cool that you're looking at these and remembering them, as the intellectual stuff you put into them. Yeah.
I remember this, and this was because I was a big fan of Star Trek. First grade, I saw Star Trek on TV, and I was just blown away. It was in reruns.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did this drawing, and the guy's watching Star Trek, and meanwhile, outside is the Enterprise.
Hey, that predates Galaxy Quest. Yeah.
Okay.
Where it actually comes for a visit while you're watching.
Yeah. So this is, I think, is the last one. We studied Columbus. This is before Columbus was seen as a villain.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I don't know if this is the Nina, the Pinta, or the Santa Maria, but this is one of the ships. I thought the watercolor was decent.
That came out cool. The water has got a lot of energy.
Well, and they're going towards this island that has a volcano that's going off. As I said in my video, my mom, I remember when I was a kid.
Do you realize you could take a scan of those and turn them into animations now? That'd be kind of cool.
No. No, not doing that. My mom was always asking me, why are you always drawing weird stuff?
That's all I got. It's just draw something pretty.
Yeah, my mom does have a watercolor painting of flowers that I did for her in the living room. I did it in high school, and then a couple of years ago for her birthday, I did a pencil drawing of the farmhouse she grew up in.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's somewhere around here. I cannot find it. I have a plate that I did in first grade for my mom, and I just learned how to draw biplanes. And so it's a submarine, there's water, and there's a submarine with a Nazi flag, and there's biplanes, and there's guys jumping in the water, and there's sharks eating people.
Pretty cool.
So, yeah, that's kind of why my mom was like, why can't you draw anything nice? It was in here somewhere. I thought I hung it on the wall. I probably hung it up and covered up with a bookshelf. But
yeah, I've got some paintings that I ran across. What did I do with those things? They must be packed up somewhere because I couldn't even believe they still existed. I guess they'd been in the garage. must have stuck them somewhere. It'd be interesting to dig them out and show you what I was doing in college. All I can thinking about those paintings that I would eventually show to people, and they'd end up here in storage, is the fact that my parents paid for all that, and I acted like it was nothing, that they were paying for it. And I just can't believe how clueless I was about the value of things back then. That's what parents are for. They're supposed to send you through college. That's a dumb attitude. But
Yeah, you ingrate.
yeah, just totally ingrate. And but anyway, those paintings, I can't help but think about how Crumb and his dysfunctional family. I was never given any like sarcastic comments like, "Well, if that's what you're getting out of this tuition, I don't know if it's worth the money," because basically, the paintings are just crap, complete crap. And but I think about how that was withheld from me. If somebody thought it, they didn't let me have it with it. Very
That's
cool.
good. That
Yeah.
is good. Yeah,
And of course, Crumb's upbringing with all the psycho stuff that was going on in his house. Of course, micro exam, and we could all bring up psycho stuff, I guess, that went on at one little point in your life.
yeah.
While
I
you're
mean,
while you're raising up.
yeah. Well, I think too many people look at that kind of stuff and they let that
They never let it
become a
go.
pad. Yeah, they never let it go. I mean, I know a guy that's my age, and he still is like mad because of like stuff that happened to him when he was like in like third grade,
When
man.
he was a baby. Yep. Well, yeah, I think, that is one of the things a guy's got to let go was, if you remember every slight that was
Yeah.
ever performed on you, man.
Well, I mean, even as an adult, people say stuff, and it's just like they kind of speak out of turn, and they say stuff they don't really mean sometimes.
I figure, well, that's what they talk about, having a thick skin.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Crumb just ended up drawing weird comics. The guy's family was messed up. Yeah, and you know what's amazing to me is how once he got going, using fame for making himself successful with women, that guy he was oversexed. It sounds like to me. He sounded like he was having a lot of sex, And I guess all it took was having a little more opportunity, a little more attractiveness in his corner as being famous.
Yeah, that way. Yeah, he wasn't any more attractive. He was just famous.
Yeah.
He honestly, I mean, listen to that and reading. So there's an R Crumb Instagram makes me really not like Robert Crumb.
Let's see. Well, can you reconstruct this? What do you mean by that, Scott? What do you mean? What are you trying to say? Huh? What was that? I don't know what he's referred to.
I don't know what he's referred to.
Seriously, Crumb did have a type. Yeah, he did. The girl had a big butt. Was very powerfully built. I imagine he would go for that girl in a big way that was in that.
Gosh, he talked about it in the book about where that came from. Because when he was a kid, there was a girl that sat behind him in school.
Yeah.
And
you remember that? Yeah.
Stretch her legs out
and play footsie with him.
Yeah. Well, no, he would reach down and touch her foot.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't, and it was kind of his first quasi intimate contact with a female, and it developed
female flesh. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would rub her thigh or whatever and rub her foot in class, and that kind of did it for him.
Dan was just kidding on that interlude. I'm not.
Oh, okay. I get because I'm saying don't be thin-skinned, basically.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, that's the I was reading this Brubaker book about the Hollywood scene of being a showrunner. I can't imagine anybody surviving that isn't thick-skinned, you know, because
Oh yeah.
you'd have a dozen people up a day telling you or implying you were an idiot.
Yeah. I made myself.
Dave Stevens and his Betty Page fixation. Yeah, he had all the photos of her, pretty much.
I made a cheat sheet of all the characters in the
Oh
Black
yeah,
Cricket, so I
that's how
can
you have to
tell.
do it. Yeah, so you can
Yeah,
draw
so I
them
can
over
tell.
again.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, the problem is I forget what they look like, and then and Dan has introduced a lot of there's a lot of women in this,
Hmm.
and it's like what does she look like? And so I was having to go back, and I can look at my pages, but it's not marked who it is. So I was having to pull up scripts, and I was like, "Ooh, on that, let's take care of this right now."
Yeah, do your own sheet of them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm drawing dark enough for Dan to see it, but this is the I'm gonna draw the chase scene here, and then they're gonna be in the car, and then here's them in the car, and then her at her makeup table crying, and there's a pullback. We'll see the side of her head, and then we'll see the reflection in the mirror of her. She's been beat like a monkey.
Took my headphones off for a second. I'm trying to clear my throat. I'm going to do it again.
Okay, good. Ellis does not talk to people all week. I'm the only person
Yeah.
Ellis ever talks to. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Oh no, I talk to people at the park. No, I wanted to tell you about that. The weirdo that
Was talking to people at the park. Oh.
Yeah, well, ordinarily people don't talk to you. I like that. So, excuse me. Um, so I was in the middle of this workout. I have a video that I should post a link to that was fairly successful for a while about exercise at age 72. And it shows this routine I do when I start up. No, what's wrong?
Uh-oh. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can't hear you.
You. Oh, there we go. You're back.
Okay.
You dropped out for a second. By the way, my battery's about dead, so if I disappear, that's probably it.
So, well, I'm going to wait till what I need is some water. I'll be right back. You and Dan, well, you can't communicate. Oh,
no,
I could send Dan the link. You want me to send Dan the link?
Oh, we've only got about 5 more minutes.
Yeah, okay.
And my battery's about dead.
Yeah, I think something's going on your end. Well, I'll try to tell you this story.
Okay.
This guy was all of a sudden just walked up to me. I'm right in the middle of doing deep squats. And all of a sudden he walked up to me and started talking about the fact that, we got a 1.5 mile walk here and this is great. And these guys that jog it are idiots and all that. And it's like, walking's just as good. And all I could do was okay, all this stuff is, non sequiturs and all that. And it's like, well, how old are you? That's what I said to him. He said, 74. I said, I'm 72. And so, but the fact that I was doing something seemed like to me, if he wanted to continue talking, go ahead while I walk over to do the next thing. And he had been talking for quite some time about the park and what you should do and how you should do it. And so I pivoted and walked over to the next little station where I touched my toes. And I think I deeply offended him by walking off and not having way too close of face contact with him. He was already in my space as far as I was concerned. But I walked over to my next thing and figured he could keep talking if he wanted to. But he just kind of jogged off. He obviously got hot by the fact that I didn't stay within inches of his face while I talked to him. I guess it was rude. And I wasn't like you say, my social abilities are probably a little blunt at this point. But I don't think I was real rude with him. You know, it's like, hey, I'm just casually walking over here. What do you think? Do you think I managed to be just totally rude with the guy?
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, yeah. I think,
I
you
mean,
know, right away I gave his age up. 74. He might be a little wacky himself. You know, there's a chance of it.
he's probably lonely.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
wanted to wrestle. He thought he could take you.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that was it. You know, he says, you think you're a physical specimen?
Look at me. It's
He
like
was
in that
he was actually a
Seinfeld.
little shorter
It's
than me, and but he was nice and wiry though. He didn't have any fat on him. Yeah.
it's like that Seinfeld where they fight the dad and the
Oh,
guy. The
yeah,
guy's
yeah,
like, "You're gonna take my dad on." It's like, your dad? How old's your dad?
yeah, yeah.
I think this looks
Yeah.
pretty good, Dan.
All right.
I'm trying to. I want this issue to look awesome.
Yeah.
The others have looked great. I want this to look awesome. Well, I'm always trying to push myself with the layout. Am I doing a layout that's kind of interesting? And you
Hmm.
know, I mean, you can't see it because I drew it with H pencil, but
I'm watching. I'm almost finished rewatching Lonesome Dove. Man, what a great show! Great script. Have you ever seen Lonesome Dove?
nope,
Nope. Oh
nope.
man. Well, it's on Canopy if you ever feel like watching it without any kind of commercials.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
You don't think you need to, you don't think you need Lonesome Dove, huh?
I don't know that my life is. Well, here's the thing.
You don't
I've
need
got.
6 hours of
I
storytelling for
am
one
in
thing.
the middle of watching uh, Zorro and His Fighting Legion, the serial.
Oh,
I've
okay.
got The Mask of Fu Manchu. I need to watch the serial.
Hmm.
I've got all the Flash Gordon serials I need to watch. I mean, it's
Oh
just
yeah.
and Fantastic Four is on Disney Plus.
I didn't know you'd gone in so big for cereals lately.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. I watched. Hey, I tell you what, I watched the other day that was great.
What?
On Amazon, they've got the Green Hornet, but it's kind of like cut together as a movie.
Ah. Hmm.
But it made me want to see the original serials, and there's like a sequel. Oh, dude, I've always loved serials.
Cool. Have you ever
I've
read the
watched.
book In a Door, Into a Fight, Out a
Yes.
Door, into a
Yeah, the
Chase?
William Murray or whatever his name is. Yeah,
Uh, yeah, yeah.
that's what inspired me to buy the DVD of Zorro and His Fighting Legion and The Mask of
Uh-huh.
Fu Manchu, because Zorro and His Fighting Legion, Jim Steranko watched as a kid, and he said it had a huge influence on him. It's really cool, and you could see some Indiana Jones stuff because Zorro has a whip, and there's
Uh-huh.
some kind of whip stuff.
Hmm.
And Mask of Fu Manchu, that guy, that William guy, says is the best serial he did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I gotta look that one up myself because I'm a big fan of his. William, and I'll tell you the name in a second. William.
I saw his credits on the last night on the Mask of Zorro.
Yeah,
Or not the Mask of Zorro, the
he worked with a guy
Zorro and
named
His Fighting Legion. Fighting Legion.
with English in his last name, John English, I think. Into a Fight. I have to type all this stuff first.
There you go.
You're down.
Were you looking on the library?
William Whitney.
Whitney, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a decent book. It's not great, but it's good.
Dan lost internet for a second.
Oh,
All
yeah.
of us are having problems. The Mask of
Yeah.
Fu Manchu, was that a Karloff movie?
No. It's a serial. I don't believe Karloff is in it. But yeah, Mask of Fu Manchu is a serial. It was not. No, the Karloff one was I forget which one.
A
I
Fiendish
have
Plot.
that. I have one of the. I have the one. I think it's the one with Karloff on it on DVD. I bought a really like a 6 movie, and I bought it strictly because it had that in it.
I got all these little cakes of. I bought all black of praying watercolor, and I'm using it for wash. And I went for a search. I knew I had some Winsor Newton Series 7 brushes that I just stored, like they were gold or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well,
but
they
then
cost
it
they
took me
cost like
forever to find.
they cost like they're gold. So
Yeah, yeah. Nowadays they do. Yeah. Back when these were bought, they weren't quite as pricey, but they still come to a tip. By golly.
Oh yeah, I've got one. Yeah, I was surprised that you didn't use the one of those water brushes and just fill it with ink, Ellis.
Oh my God, I've tried to. I so want those things to work, but they don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they don't
Myrtle
work the
was his
way you want them
daughter.
to work.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, he's absolutely right. Myrtle is his daughter.
What was I watching with Myrtle the other day with a big cast? Had a lot, had 10 people in it that were great actors. I can't
Oh yeah,
remember now.
she's the wife of the Thin Man.
Right.
Always, oh yep, she's God, what's her name? I forget. I love the Thin Man movies. My wife had never seen them, and
Hmm.
AMC was had them like for New Year's a couple of years ago, and it's kind of one, and it's one of those New Year's that kind of follows close to the weekend, and so we were at the house. I said, "Oh, let's watch this," and she thought it was pretty good. So I think she liked it because there was a dog in it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Well,
why.
what's the name of
That's
the dog?
Astra.
Astra. Okay.
I remember the dog, not the girl.
Yeah, let me find this movie I saw with her in it, where she was playing the
No,
older
hey,
one,
my
and they
my
what?
my pages are showing up.
Oh yeah.
There you
Okay.
go. Now Dan can see what I'm doing, what I'm up to. Yeah, this is page one, Dan. You can come. This is the rough, obviously. I'll go over it and erase all this and then draw it. I mean, not erase it, but lighten it up with an eraser and then tighten it up with a darker pencil.
Oh, that's what I was watching. I was watching The Best Years of Our Lives. She was in that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. She's
That's the one about the guy that came back for the war, right?
right, right. Very good story. Very good book.
That was on TCM not long ago.
Yeah, look at this
May
boy.
still
What
be.
I got off this page and went looking for it, and then Dan says he's asking a question way up here. Best years of our lives, he asked. Yes, it was the best. Nick and Nora.
Nick and Nora, that's
I'm
right.
convinced where they got elongated man and Sue. Yeah. We'll have to change
Oh,
the captions to dialogue in the first panel, but that is cool. You hear that note? We'll have to change
wait,
the captions to
captions?
the.
No, 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 no. He's missing. There is a page. There's a panel here.
Oh, okay.
It's the car. It's the car.
Okay.
I drew it. It's the car
It's
driving down the
there.
street. I just
Yeah.
didn't draw the car because I need to
Okay.
get a. I need to get a. I need to dig through the Hot Wheels and find an appropriate car.
Yeah, get your car ref.
Well, my Hot Wheels are kind of over there in the corner and I use. I don't think I think I put them. Oh, here I got this one. I'll use Hot Wheels for reference.
Oh yeah. Get that
I
real,
mean,
put that real close to the camera and give us a curvilinear. Oh yeah, there we go.
yeah,
That works.
yeah. I mean
Yeah.
that's. But I don't think they're going to be in a Nissan Pathfinder or whatever this is. Yeah, no, no, no. There's room. Uh, yeah, I was very happy with how this page came out. I mean, I'm not done with it, but the layout. I consider this the hard part.
When I see Dan's name, Dan Johnson spelled out, I actually worked with a guy named Dan Johnson that was a really good artist at Heavy
Yeah,
Iron.
That's Dan.
Is
That's
it? It
Dan.
might
He was
be.
at heavy. He was at Heavy Iron with you. Don't you know? Don't you remember that?
We could make it a DeLorean because the bad guys are out of time. Yep.
Oh gosh. Okay, Dan is like a master of
You
terrible
sure now
puns.
that that's the guy I was working with? Okay.
Yeah. Does he? Do you like bad puns?
But anyway, I always remember him because I was over there. They gave us a membership to a gym. And I went to the gym once and I thought, well, shoot, a guy ought to be able to press his own body weight. Well, a guy ought to work up to pressing his own
Yeah.
body weight, basically. And I
So
and I and I got under the thing, and I needed Dan to get me out from under it.
you're like, oh, help,
Yeah,
help.
Ellis. I spoke to Scott. Oh, you know what else on the exercise front? I bought via Amazon. Um, uh, we'll get back to Dan talking about his name, but I bought a kettlebell, a 25-pound
Oh yeah.
kettlebell. You can imagine some guy on Amazon saying, "What the hell is this thing?" Delivering it. But you know what?
How much?
Buying it,
Wait, how much was it? 20 pounds?
25 pounds.
Holy cow! A single
Yeah,
one?
yeah, a single one.
Don't do not whack yourself with that.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah.
take
Oh
you out of the
no.
game, man.
Oh yeah, sure. But anyway, it's a great exercise. I can't tell you how much I think it's doing for me. I'm recommending it. But basically, on Amazon is the cheapest way to buy these things. They are almost at the old days of selling a pound per dollar, which
Hmm.
is not what you find when you go to Walmart. They're more like two
Yeah.
dollars a pound.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, if you want to buy a kettlebell, buy it through Amazon and let your delivery guy hate you. Anyway, Dan says, Ellis, I spoke to Scott about my name. There is a Dan Curtis Johnson and a Dan Warren Johnson. I'm debating going with the Japanese way, Johnson Dan, or, that would be a
Don't do it.
Johnson Son or
That's
Johnson
what got
Daniel.
CB Cebulski in trouble. Don't
Really?
don't fake don't fake Japanese names.
Was that cowbell or?
Cowbell.
Oh, our kettlebell. Either way,
Kettle.
we need more of it. Yeah, that
Yeah.
kettlebell exercise, that swing.
Oh
You
my
think,
gosh.
when I looked at people doing that swing, I thought, you even call that exercise? I would do that just for like, it looks stupid. It looks like it's just like, just stay out of your
It,
way and don't rack yourself with it. Doesn't look
it's
like
like waving a rope
exercise.
around.
Yeah, it's like
You don't
waving a
have, you
rope
can't call that
around.
exercise.
And then I did that, and I realized, man, this has hit me all over. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I need to. On the weekends, Michelle and I have been trying to walk, and I'll walk. I'm going downtown tomorrow. Like
Ruby.
I said, I'm not inviting you because I feel guilty
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
taking you away from your
Yeah,
exercise.
that's right.
You have to.
Well, you understand why I was always in reserve on that now. It's like, yeah, I got something I could be
Yeah,
doing.
I didn't realize how much time you put into it every day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I put in at least an hour and a half probably every day. Was stopping to shop and all that. Well, it
Yeah.
is my actual name. Yep.
Yep. Okay, we're out of
CB
time.
went and adopted a fake name, which, as I recall, was basically him calling himself Johnny Cowboy American or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Everybody said it was so obvious that it was a
yeah,
fake
yeah.
name.
Okay, we
Anyway,
are ending then. Okay. Hey, Dan, thanks for dropping in. It's always more interesting when you're here.
yeah, no doubt. And I'll keep an eye out for pages, man.
Okay.
Okay.
In stream.
Okay.